The first lesson is the hardest one most people fail. Love everyone, even those who hurt you. Most people only love when it's easy, when they are treated well. But real love begins when someone breaks your trust, ignores you, or causes you pain. Imagine choosing peace instead of revenge, choosing kindness instead of hate. This is not weakness. This is strength that very few people have. Because when you love without conditions, you become free from anger, free from pain. And that kind of love can change not only your life, but someone else's too. This lesson can heal wounds you've carried for years. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is power. Holding anger feels strong, but in reality, it slowly destroys you from inside. When you forgive someone, you are not saying what they did was right. You are choosing peace over pain. Think about the burden you carry when you remember every hurt. Now, imagine letting it go, feeling light, free, and calm. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it changes your future. And sometimes, the person you set free is actually yourself. This lesson decides whether success will build you or break you. Stay humble, no matter how high you rise. Success can make people forget where they came from. It fills the heart with pride, ego, and distance from others. But true greatness is not shown by how high you stand. It is shown by how you treat others when you are at the top. A humble person listens more, respects more, and learns more. Because humility keeps your heart pure and your mind open. And in the end, people may forget your success, but they will never forget your kindness. This lesson gives you strength when everything feels uncertain. Trust God, even when life makes no sense. There are moments when nothing goes as planned. Doors close, people leave, and everything feels confusing. In those moments, doubt becomes stronger than faith. But trusting God means believing that every delay has a purpose, that every pain is shaping you into something stronger. Even when you cannot see the path, you must believe that you are being guided. Because sometimes, what feels like a setback is actually a step towards something greater. This lesson separates good people from truly great ones. Help others without expecting anything in return. Most people help only when they get something back. But true kindness asks for nothing and expects nothing. Think about the moments when someone helped you without a reason, how it made you feel seen, valued, and cared for. Now imagine being that person for someone else. A small act of kindness can change someone's entire day, even their life. Because when you give without expecting, you reflect the purest form of love. This lesson can completely change the way you see others. Do not judge people because you don't know their story. Every person you meet is fighting a battle you cannot see. It's easy to point fingers, to criticize, to assume you know everything about someone's life. But the truth is, you only see a small part of their journey. Imagine being judged only by your worst mistake. How would that feel? Instead of judging, choose understanding. Instead of criticism, choose compassion. Because the same grace you give to others is the grace you may need one day. And when you stop judging, you start seeing people with a heart full of peace. This lesson teaches you the power of waiting. Be patient, because everything comes in time. In a world that moves fast, patience feels like weakness. We want instant results, instant success, instant answers. But life doesn't work that way. The most beautiful things take time to grow, just like a seed needs time to become a tree. Your journey needs time to unfold. When you rush, you create stress. When you trust timing, you create peace. Patience is not about doing nothing. It is about staying calm while everything is falling into place. And sometimes, the delay you hate the most is actually protecting you from something you cannot see. This lesson is about courage that most people lack. Speak the truth, even if your voice shakes. It's easy to stay silent when truth is uncomfortable. It's easy to agree with the crowd just to fit in. But truth has power, even when it is difficult. There will be moments when standing for what is right will make you feel alone. Your voice may tremble. Your heart may race. But speaking the truth is always worth it. Because lies may give temporary comfort, but truth brings lasting peace. And when you choose truth over fear, you build a life based on strength, honesty, and real respect. This lesson can save you from unnecessary pain. Choose peace over winning arguments. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every argument needs to be won. Many times, people argue just to prove they are right, not to understand each other. But what do you really gain by winning an argument? A moment of ego satisfaction, but a loss of connection. Peace is more valuable than being right. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is stay silent, walk away, and protect your inner calm. Because a peaceful mind is more powerful than a loud victory. This lesson seems simple, but it is rare in today's world. Be kind, even when people are not. Kindness is easy when life is good, but real kindness is tested when you are treated badly. When someone is rude, disrespectful, or cold, your natural reaction is to respond the same way. But imagine choosing kindness instead, not because they deserve it, but because you choose to be better. Kindness is not a reaction, it is a decision. And every time you choose kindness over negativity, you break the cycle of hate. Because one act of kindness can create a ripple that reaches far beyond what you can see. This lesson can give you strength when everything feels impossible. Have faith, because faith can move mountains. There will be times when nothing seems to work, when every door feels closed, and hope starts to fade. In those moments, faith is the only light you have. Faith is not about seeing the path. It is about believing there is one. When you trust beyond what you can see, you unlock a strength that most people never discover. Because sometimes, the miracle begins the moment you refuse to give up. This lesson can save your life from silent destruction. Let go of anger before it destroys you. Anger feels powerful in the moment, but slowly it consumes your peace, your energy, and your happiness. Holding on to anger is like carrying a heavy weight that never leaves your side. Imagine waking up every day feeling light, calm, and free from that burden. When you release anger, you create space for peace. Because the more you hold on, the more it hurts you, not them. And true strength is not in holding anger, but in letting it go. This lesson teaches the beauty of giving. Give, even when you have little. Many people wait until they have enough before helping others. But true generosity is shown when you give, even in your own struggles. It could be time, kindness, support, or even a small act that means everything to someone else. Giving is not about how much you have. It's about how much you care. And when you give from the heart, life has a way of giving back in unexpected ways. Because generosity creates a cycle of goodness that never ends. This lesson is about walking alone when necessary. Walk the right path, even if you walk alone. Doing the right thing is not always popular. Sometimes it will make you feel isolated, misunderstood, or even rejected. But following the crowd can lead you away from your true purpose. Standing alone requires courage, but it also builds character. Because at the end of the day, it is better to walk alone in truth than to walk with others in the wrong direction. And the right path, even if lonely, always leads to peace. This lesson can redefine your entire life. Don't chase money, chase purpose. Money can give comfort, but it cannot give meaning. Many people spend their entire lives running after wealth, only to feel empty inside. Purpose is what gives life direction, passion, and fulfillment. When you focus on purpose, success follows naturally. But when you chase only money, you may gain everything, yet feel like you have nothing. Because a life with purpose is a life that truly matters.
This lesson gives you strength when life feels overwhelming. Stay strong, because difficult times never last forever. There will be moments when everything feels heavy, when problems surround you, and giving up seems easier than moving forward. But strength is not about never falling. It is about rising every time you fall. Every struggle you face is shaping you into a stronger version of yourself. Even the darkest nights come to an end, and the sun always rises again. So hold on, keep going, and remember, this phase is temporary, but the strength you gain will stay with you forever. This lesson reminds you of something most people forget. Believe in miracles, because they happen quietly. Not every miracle is loud or dramatic. Sometimes a miracle is simply surviving a hard day, finding peace after chaos, or getting a second chance when you least expect it. When you believe, you begin to notice the small blessings around you. Life starts to feel different, lighter, more meaningful. Because miracles are not always about changing the world. Sometimes they are about changing your heart. And when your heart changes, everything else follows. This lesson can change how you treat the world. Respect every human being, because no one is small. Every person you meet has value, a story, and a purpose. It doesn't matter who they are, what they have, or where they come from. True character is shown in how you treat those who can do nothing for you. Respect creates connection, trust, and humanity. And when you treat others with dignity, you create a world that feels safer, kinder, and more united. Because in the end, we are all equal in the eyes of God. This lesson is about inner purity and real strength. Keep your heart pure, because that is where true power lies. The world may teach you to be clever, competitive, and sometimes even selfish, but a pure heart is different. It chooses honesty over lies, kindness over cruelty, and love over hate. When your heart is pure, your intentions are clear, and your actions reflect goodness. A pure heart brings peace that nothing external can take away. Because true strength is not about power over others, it is about control over yourself. This lesson gives hope when everything feels lost. Never lose hope, because darkness always comes to an end. There will be times when you feel stuck, lost, or broken, when nothing seems to work and the future feels uncertain. But hope is the light that keeps you moving forward. Even a small spark of hope can guide you through the darkest moments. Life is always changing, and no situation lasts forever. So no matter how hard it gets, keep believing that better days are coming. Because hope is not just a feeling, it is a decision to keep going.